The Kinsmen Club of the Paw would like to present a service project for consideration for the Hal and Elspeth Rogers National Service Award. We are very proud of our work in running the Paw World Championship Dog Race as a part of the Northern Manitoba Trappers Festival for over 50 years.
The PAW World Championship Dog Race is an international sled dog race that is sanctioned by the International Federation of Sled Dog Sports. The dog race is a key part of the Northern Manitoba Trappers Festival, which is a winter festival that has been held in the PAW since 1916 and is a celebrated community tradition. The race, originally named the PAW Dog Derby, began as part of the 1916 festival and continues to be an influential focus of community spirit and identity.
The Kinsmen Club of the Paw has organized and run the dog races every year as an official club project for 54 years since 1961. It is a very important project for our club, and having a project that requires so much effort from so many members of the club to pull off every year is one of the keys to the success of our club. It requires a lot of work, but it keeps members engaged, and we receive enormous positive feedback from the community.
Running the sled dog races as a part of the Northern Manitoba Trappers Festival requires coordination with Trappers Festival Board of Directors, and it is an ongoing project throughout most of the King year. While it is the main focus of club activity only in the weeks leading up to the race, various parts of the race require efforts in the background all year. The club appoints 2 members as dog race chair and race marshal, and for these members the project is a year-long commitment. The dog race chair must organize the logistics of the event and sit on the festival board, and the race marshal is responsible for how the actual race will be run in accordance with the rules and standards of the IFSS.
It is also common for details of logistics or concerns about equipment needed for the race to arise at meetings throughout the year. Some years, concerns for the route, coordination with and permissions from the RCMP, and discussions of concerns about rule changes or other details require considerable attention from the club. Decisions must be made about equipment such as event trailers and snow machines needed for the event, which need to be maintained or repaired. And our event trailers are frequently loaned for community events or rented to local businesses.
As the race approaches, more members become directly involved in the preparation of the trail for the race. Starting in early January, a work party gets together most Sundays to work on preparing and packing the trail. The weekend before the race, the pressure comes on, and the majority of the club are needed to mark the trail for the race, build the road crossings, set up the marshalling area, the headquarters, and the start and finish area at the Hellcrow Lake on the edge of town. During the week of Trappers Festival, all 50 members of the club are needed to make the event a success. The race starts with registration and veterinary health inspection of the dogs on Wednesday, followed by a race briefing meeting and supper for the mushers and their support teams in the evening. Thursday, racing begins, and the club needs the added support of other volunteers, many of whom have long histories with the race. This also includes members of the Volunteer Fire Department, the Kelsey Snow Riders Club, and the local Manitoba junior hockey team, the OCN Blizzard. Each race day requires a crew at the start and finish to run the races and to do the official timing. But as well, a huge number of course workers is required to manage road crossings, monitor the course, and resolve any problems that may arise. Other crews are required for the traffic control and to safely manage spectators. Several other races are run in addition to the main World Championship races, so everyone is kept busy. After the race ends Saturday, the Kinsmen put on a Mushers Awards banquet for the competitors and their families that evening. In recent years, we have catered the banquet ourselves, as the Trappers Festival is a very busy time for local restaurants. This requires some members to put in a very long day by the time all the dishes are washed at the end of the evening. Sunday, we take down any part of the course and headquarters that cannot be left until the next weekend. The dog race chair and race marshal evaluate the project and bring the report to the following general meeting, where planning starts for the next year.
This service project is a little different than some of our other projects, as it focuses on building the community spirit, cohesiveness, and identity that make the PAW a great place to live. The IFSS sanctioned World Championship Series dog sled race is the marquee event of the Trappers Festival, and we often have over 1,000 people lining the start and finish area to watch the races. The fact that the PAW Kinsmen have ensured the uninterrupted running of the dog races for over half a century has provided stability and helped maintain the enthusiasm of the community to preserve the Trappers Festival for so many years. The Northern Manitoba Trappers Festival Board in 1980 and 2010 publicly issued recognition of this to the Kinsmen.
The whole region benefits from the dog races. Many outlying communities in northern Manitoba have no year-round road access, so a winter festival brings everyone who is excited to be able to travel while winter roads are open. Visitors and competitors from outlying communities take in many of the events and shop up a storm in town, as well as participating in the races. We run a variety of races other than the IFSS races, such as the junior race for the youth and the mutt race for the kids. So there are events for all levels of competitors. Competitors from all over North America and around the world start coming into town a couple weeks before the event to prepare. Businesses boom in the PAW during the race as hotels are booked up, restaurants are bursting at the seams, and the malls are packed with people from out of town. Beverage room and the local casino are near capacity throughout the event.
The event is well publicized in many different forms of media at different levels, locally, regionally, and nationally. The local newspaper, the Opaskwayak Times, has made the project the front page many times over the years. It has also been featured in regional magazines such as Cottage North and Up Here, as well as magazines with national and international circulation such as Our Canada and Outdoor Canada. The local radio station, CJAR, covers the dog race events as part of its participation in the festival. NCI and CBC Radio also cover the Trappers Festival generally and the dog races specifically. All three have often interviewed the Kinsmen Dog Race Chair. The Northern Manitoba Trappers Festival publishes a souvenir program to the festival each year, which prominently features the dog sled races. The project has received TV coverage on many occasions, most recently Get Stuffed. We had excellent national coverage when Rick Mercer came to the festival. He fired the shot to start the race and was filmed going through the Tim Hortons drive-thru on a dog sled. When Prime Minister Paul Martin attended, he took a dog team for a lap of the starting area. Every Premier of Manitoba since 1963 has attended the race, and most of the Lieutenant Governors as well.
The commitment of the Kinsmen Club of the PAW to making the race happen each year is reflected in the reception of our other projects and fundraising efforts. People in the community recognize our club as a group of people who are willing to work for the benefit of the community. We believe a lot of the support we receive for our other projects from local business and citizens is a direct result of our highly visible efforts in running the sled dog race event over the last 6 decades. The town of the PAW, Opaskwayak Cree Nation, and the rural municipality of Kelsey have all given official recognition to the contributions of the PAW Kinsmen over the years for our work on this project. Another great aspect of this project is the opportunity it provides to bring new members to the club. It is easy to pick out the Kinsmen as we all wear our bright red Kinsmen jerseys, and the fun being had by members is also very obvious. Many people who volunteer or drop by the headquarters trailers during the races are amazed at the fellowship and camaraderie enjoyed by the club members working together on the project. The satisfaction of being a part of something that requires a lot of effort, but is so clearly enjoyed by the community, is very appealing to many prospective members. We have very strong membership for such a small town, and we all feel that the dog race project is a big part of the reason.
The dog race project is complicated and requires the skills and talents of all of the members of the club, as it requires accurate budgeting, reviewing and developing rules, planning, building, grooming, and maintaining the race course trails, sending invitations to all of the mushers, ensuring official veterinary health inspection and tagging of dogs, accurate race results timing, recording and reporting to the standards of the IFSS, catering banquets for up to 200 people, and organizing the presentation of trophies and prizes. Over the years, the project has changed and developed. Since the Kinsmen Club took the race project, we have expanded the race and formalized it. The Kinsmen Club negotiated sanctioning of the race by the IFSS in 2005, which brought international recognition and competition. The reworking of the race route has also made it much more spectator friendly. Originally, the race ran through the areas that had little opportunity for spectators to view the race except at start and finish. Now the race can be viewed from public roads for the majority of its route. This change has increased the spectator turnout and made the race more accessible to more people. Another change has been the changes in technology. Timing and recording race results have changed enormously. At one time, results were written down on a board after being captured by a handheld mechanical stopwatch. Now digital stopwatches with built-in printers record results that are communicated around the world to officials of the sanctioning body in minutes.
We have made this submission for the National Service Award because we believe this is one of the greatest Kinsmen service projects in Canada, and it is worth sharing with the rest of the association. This project is both what makes us proud of the history of our club and a focal point in our club's yearly activities. On behalf of the Pa Kinsmen Club, thank you for taking the time to listen to this report.